Eric and Eric here with Muskie Homebrew, and today we are brewing some beer again.
That's what we do, man.
Yep.
We actually haven't been brewing it at your house very often.
No.
I've done a few batches here at my house, but they've all been 3-gallon batches. So back at the old stomping grounds, northern Indiana, doing a 5-gallon batch. And we actually bought this batch from Great Fermentations. It is the Sierra Nevada Resilience IPA.
So I don't know the whole story behind the whole thing. So I know it goes to the wildfires, like other breweries brew it, and then their proceeds go to the wildfires.
Yeah. So now it's like the Sierra Nevada out in California was very close to where a lot of these fires had hit, and a lot of the families and people who went to Sierra Nevada drink their beer, of course. It affected a lot of the families and workers of the brewery. So Sierra Nevada took that as an opportunity to come up with an easy brewing recipe. I think they just posted the recipe.
Okay,
I mean, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah,
and then breweries can actually just brew it.
Yeah.
Essentially, all the proceeds from the breweries that brew this
will donate it to
the cause for the California campfire is what they're calling it.
So it's pretty basic. It is some 11 pounds of 2-row and 1.25 pounds of Crystal 60. So that's the grain bill. And then, I mean, there's a bunch of hop additions. Basically, it's Centennial and Cascade hops.
Two very good.
Yeah, 2 pretty tasty hops.
So,
but we'll let you know about the hop schedule when we get into it. But as of right now, let's start brewing some beer.
Yeah, let's get going. Of course, for our brewing calculators, we always use Brewger.com. Just a quick, easy way to get numbers quickly without having to enter in the whole recipe. So our total of grain weight is 12.125.
Was it 60? 60 degrees!
60. Total boil time. Oh, it's a good thing we did get 9 gallons. Forgot it's an 80-minute boil. Our mash and strike volume is going to be 4.84 gallons, so 4 3/4 gallons of it or so. We're going to warm it up to 164 degrees. So that's what we're going to do next. 164 degrees. Go. So our strike water is up to roughly 182. We were shooting for 164, but we know it's cold out. Container's cold. I'd rather it overshoot and then bring it down just by cooling it off than undershoot and have to bring it back up. We may be playing the waiting game a little bit.
It's okay.
Right, Eric?
It's okay. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Put it in. Stick it in. Okay. Use those muscles. Oh, it's still so steamy.
It's so steamy. 172, we're gonna wait till it comes down to 163. And then we're gonna add our grain. I think I'm gonna open up a beer. Now we're gonna mash in. We're at 164 degrees. I'll stir, you pour.
Put it in.
You got a timer?
Yeah.
Alexa, start a timer for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
In this case, you're Alexa.
Alexa's dead.
Our target mash was right on point.
We are great.
153, 1 degree higher than what we were supposed to.
Are we doing it for an hour?
Yeah. So now we wait an hour for our mash starches to convert into sugars, and we're gonna continue drinking and chilling, listening to music.
Yeah, we're doing stuff.
that was good timing.
Yep.
All right, so now our mash is completed. We're gonna Vorloff it, set the green bed, and then move everything to our boil kettle, which is over there, and then get our boil started, right?
Yep.
Should we talk about the hop schedule now, or when we start the boil?
Let's talk about it while we start the boil. We'll
Okay.
get it. We'll get everything going. We'll get everything transferred. Then we'll talk about hop schedule. So we set our grain bed, Warloft, and now we're going to put.
Oh, it's all over my foot.
Oh jeez, Eric's making a mess. Now we're gonna transfer it into the keg and get that going.
8.5 gallons. So we're taking a gravity reading. I didn't say any of that yet. Hold on. We got 8.5 gallons of wort, and we are at
More like 8 1/4.
So we've got just put all of the wort into the boil kettle. We're in the process of calculating our hydrometer measurement. And what did I say it was? 142? 141?
Yeah.
At what temperature?
126.
126. Which gives us a 1053 reading at 8.5 gallons. So 53 times 8, 424 divided by our final volume after once we boil everything off.
So
which is going to be 5 1/4. Did I say 5 1/2?
Sure.
Let's say 5 1/2.
5 1/2.
So 1077. That seems high.
77 is way high.
1065 is the original gravity. Or 1077.
So we got a little bit.
We got a little more out of it than
Yeah.
anticipated.
Yeah.
So the thing that started us off on the left foot instead of the right foot for this brew day was that we don't have a way to chill the beer.
Oh yeah, that's
after
right.
It's boiled. Eric's faucet or spigot outside.
It's frozen.
Outside his house is frozen because it's like 21 degrees outside.
Yeah, and my hose, my hose is frozen, so I didn't put it inside.
So while this is gonna start warming up to get to a boil, we're going to probably have to put together our makeshift chiller.
We're gonna rig something up.
Yeah. So we'll let you know when we come up with that.
We'll show you what we're gonna do.
What are we adding to this? What are we doing?
So we got an 80-minute boil. We have Centennial and Cascade as our main two hops. At 80 minute, there's the beginning of the boil.
Yep.
Beginning of the boil, there is an ounce of Centennial, and then 15 minutes to the end of the boil, we have an ounce of Cascade and Centennial, and then at the end of the boil, we're gonna have a 1/2 ounce of Cascade and a 1/2 ounce of Centennial. And then for a dry hop, we're gonna have a 1/2 ounce of each one. And what kind of yeast do we have?
Imperial.
Imperial Organic.
Yes, Imperial Organic A24 dry hop yeast.
Which is the yeast that's suggested on the page.
That's right, we're following the recipe.
We're following this. What they made up.
Thank you, Great Fermentations.
It's right there. There. Yeah, so right now we're gonna add our bittering hop, or our first hop addition of an ounce of Centennial.
Yep. You want to set a timer?
Yes, I'll set a timer.
Alright. 80 minutes. We're doing our second hop addition now in 30 seconds or so.
What did you do?
We got the 1 ounce Cascade, 1 ounce Centennial with 15 minutes left of the boil.
Alright, go.
That one and that one. Okay, so we're about 10 minutes or so left of the boil. I'm getting the 1/2 ounce of Cascade, 1/2 ounce of Centennial ready for the end of the boil hops. And we just added our chiller setup, which we'll kind of run through once we start it up and confirm it really works. Get the chiller put in there so it's cleaned off and kills everything. So yeah, see you at the end of the boil.
2 seconds, 1 second, right there.
There's just one everywhere.
Do it. That's good. All right.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
essentially, we talked about our spigot was frozen, so we had to come up with something to cool the wort down quickly after the boil. I brought my chiller from where my setup, which is an immersion chiller. So we're utilizing that, which normally we hook up with the water line or the spigot, the hose. And currently we're using our pump to actually make a closed system, and we have ice inside of our igloo cooler. So the water and ice go from igloo cooler, get pumped down through the pump, go up through this tube and all the way up through the chiller, all the way around and around and around in the chiller, and then back into our igloo cooler filled with ice, which is probably going to melt very quickly. It's still there though, so. Okay. So far, it's actually chilling it pretty quick, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean, we're at 174 already. What are you gonna use that for?
The blow off tube.
What? Normally you get bubbles like bloop, 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 bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, bloop. Yours is gonna be like boom, bloom, kabloom.
I think it'll fit.
You might hear that as you're sleeping. So you might shake the house.
It'll probably shake the house. It'll be like a train going by.
What's that noise?
That's what it's gonna sound like.
Anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below.
Yep.
This has been another wonderful Homebrew Day episode by Eric and Eric, Muskie Homebrew. Signing off.
Cheers.
It looks like you're about to do a bomb. Did you sanitize that thing?
What thing?
This thing. Sanitize it. Throw in the sanitizer.
Yes. Well.
It's farting at you.
Fart on you.
Don't do that. Oh shit.
Yeah.